Hey, this is Shay from A Simple Life Home, and I'm going to show you how to make sourdough bread, no knead necessary. So we're going to start with 2 1/3 cup of bread flour. Now you're going to add 2 cups of all-purpose flour, some salt. Stir that up really good. Not too good, but good enough. Now you're going to add 2 cups of water and 1/2 cup of active sourdough starter. Give that a good stir. We're going to stir until we get it together. It'll take a little elbow grease, but it should come together quite well. Make sure you get the size of the bowl to get any flour that didn't get mixed in. Okay, now that it's come together, go ahead and wipe off your bread whisk and use your hands. You might want to wet your hands and kind of make sure that you've gotten any flour that you left behind. Okay, so now we're going to cover this with some cling wrap. You can use cling wrap or a damp tea towel, and just make sure you leave like a little gap so that dough can breathe. Okay, after 30 minutes, autolysis happened. So now we're going to do our stretch and folds. So with wet hands, pull the dough up and stretch, turn the bowl, and continue to stretch. Might want to wet your hands again. I know I had to. Again, pull up and stretch. This is allowing the gluten to form into that sourdough bread that's bubbly and full of air bubbles and just great. Okay, cover it back up, leave a little gap. So the folds, you'll do 4 every 20 minutes. So this is after 7 stretch and folds, but you'll do 4 every 20 minutes and then 4 every 30 minutes. So you see after 7 stretch and folds, the dough is getting to where it's, formed, and just the gluten is formed and it's coming off the walls of the bowl. That's what you want. Yeah, very stretchy. So like I said, this is our last stretch and fold because we've already done 7. I'm turning it over. It's just something I do. You don't have to do that, but it's just something I do. And then what you want to do is leave it until it doubles in size. It only took me 3 hours, but it might take you a little bit longer depending on the temperature in your house. So it's nice and bubbly, that air bubble there. That's what you want. So now you're gonna flour your surface and turn your dough over. I had a little flour on my hands. Take your dough out of the bowl. Look at that. It's like a little jiggly puff. But yes, this is exactly what you want. A lot of air bubbles. Try your best not to deflate your air bubbles because that's what you're looking for in sourdough bread. And it will be sticky, but it does come off. There you go. Okay, using your bench scraper, I find if you put like a line of flour and then cut, your bench scraper won't stick to the dough and it'll give you that nice cut that you're looking for to split the dough into two. So now you're going to form your ball, fold the top to the bottom, fold the bottom to the top, and then see that air bubble, one side to the other side and then vice versa, and do like a little pinch, you know, into where you can fold it over and get your ball formed. I'm going to do the same with the other side. So this time left to right or right to left, and then bottom to top or top to bottom. Those air bubbles are sure can get in the way. And then you're going to fold it over to form your ball. And then you can use a bench scraper. Use your bench scraper to, you know, get your dough ball a little bit better together. It won't be perfect, don't worry. Okay. So I'm just, you know, being meticulous here. So let it sit. After 20 minutes, it'll form kind of like a crust, not like a literal crust, but it's something that you should do so that your floured Benetton basket, your sourdough bread dough doesn't get stuck to your basket, and the flour will just give you a little extra support. Make sure you get that flour evenly dispersed around your Benetton basket. And make sure you flour both, because this does make two sourdough bread loaves or sourdough bread. Okay, so you're going to use your bench scraper and turn the bread upside down. Okay, and then you're going to again fold it over until you get another ball, and it's very bubbly, so don't deflate your bubbles. You're just going to pick it up and put it seam side up. See, seam side up, and try to get it in the center if you can into your Benetton basket. You're going to do the same with the other sourdough bread dough. So fold down and then up, and then on the sides, pinch it if you have to. Use your bench scraper or your hands and put it into your basket. A little extra pinch here. Okay, so you got them both in the Benetton baskets. Okay. Now you're going to put your sourdough into a bag or Ziploc, whatever's big enough, and you're going to tie it at the ends and put it in the refrigerator so that it can bulk ferment anywhere from 8 to 12 hours or overnight. The longer you bulk ferment, obviously your sourdough bread will get more sour, but try not to do it over 24 hours. And we are going ahead and putting the other one in a bag as well. And you can use like the vegetable bags. You know, if you save those, that'll be a good double use for them before you recycle or throw them away. Now I got that situated. On to the bulk ferment. So this is the next day. They are fresh out of the refrigerator. I like to do one at a time, so you'll see me do 2 separate ones. Okay, so we're gonna turn our dough over onto parchment paper, and this helps the sourdough bread not stick to your Dutch oven. So this is what it looks like coming out of the Banneton basket. At this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and score it. I'm not the best with scoring. I am learning, but it'll still be delicious and beautiful. At this time, the oven has been on 475 for about 45 minutes to an hour. You want to, with the Dutch oven inside as well as the top. So make sure that when you are scoring your dough, you're about to put it into the oven. And I'm just going to turn it around so you can see it. Isn't it pretty? I have to zoom in. Okay, into the oven it goes. Now, the other bread loaf has cooked, but I went ahead and showed the second one. So, like I said, put it on parchment paper. You're going to take it out of the Banneton basket, set it on your parchment paper. This is what it looks like. And you're going to score it. This one I chose to do a more simplistic design. Oh, I almost forgot. Bread lames really help. I tried to do it with a knife. It does not turn out as well. It still tastes good, but it's not as pretty. So if you want pretty, get a bread lame. It'll make all the difference, and you don't have to try that hard. Like, it just cuts so well. Okay, into the oven it goes. And this is the first sourdough bread. Isn't it pretty? I had to put it up really close so you can see. My flour turned out okay at the top, but at the bottom it was a little bit too ambitious, but it's still beautiful. Okay, I know I'm using a normally small cutting board, but it still works. So Now we're going to cut our bread. You want to let your bread cool down a little bit, but I was a little bit impatient, so I couldn't wait. And look at that. Look at those air bubbles. Beautiful. Look at it. That's what you want. And here's the second loaf. Rustic charm. And this is how you make sourdough bread, no kneading necessary, and have it turn out perfect. It tastes good. It's healthy for you. I mean, what more can you ask for? For more information, visit me over on the blog simplelifehome.com and follow me on Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. Until next time, bye.